We're live. Good morning. Let's see. Hello, everybody. It's December 3rd, and since it's an odd day, I'll be doing the two advent calendars that don't have the full 24 days. So we have 8 calendars to get through today. Exciting. And I'm just going to go from left to right unless anybody has any requests, like if you're leaving early and you really want to see a particular puzzle. So this one I'm going to start with is the 12 Days of Puzzles. Good morning, Dana Russell. So this one is from Aldi. They sell out really quickly every year, and I don't have an Aldi near me, but this was a birthday gift from a friend last month, so I get to do it this year. Very exciting. So they have 12 shaped puzzles. We did one a couple of days ago. Let's see what today's looks like. If you notice, I threw a question of the day up in the top right. You don't have to answer it, but if you do, I get curious because I know my audience is primarily from the US, so probably there's a lot of similar traditions that I'm familiar with, but you know, I never know what people's regional things are, so feel free to answer in the comments if you want to let me know. And even if like Christmas is not your favorite holiday, feel free to talk about your favorite holiday. Okay, so this puzzle is shaped and has gold accents, which is really pretty. I don't know if you can see it on the video. Look at hello. I can't bring it up to camera. I had autofocus issues with this camera I'm using, and if I brought it high, then the table would be out of focus. So let's just go with this for now. Oh, I didn't look at the picture. There's a picture in the bag. I put it aside so you can see it. But I see some green bits, which is probably a tree or part of a tree. Looks like maybe these are cinnamon sticks. I have not lit my fireplace yet this season. I've actually been meaning to put my tree up. Before Thanksgiving, I wanted to put my tree up because I had some time then, and my husband was like, nope, no tree before Thanksgiving. And since Thanksgiving, I've just been so busy with stuff, it's still sitting in a box, waiting to be put up. We use an artificial tree. So, still lots of holiday stuff that need to be done for us. Alright, let's pull these cinnamon sticks, see where that goes. Thank you for spending your morning with me. As I said, I haven't scheduled out I haven't scheduled this week yet, just because I'm still finding out day by day whether I'm able to run a live stream that day because of my jury duty commitment. It comes up every now and then, and this time it just happened to be in December. I had postponed it once already, so I don't want to keep postponing it. So I don't know until 6 p.m. every night whether I'm going to be available the next day. Just a few more days. Today's Wednesday. I have to check Thursday, and I think that's it. Tomorrow's the last time I check. If I get called in tomorrow, then I guess I'll be going in next week. I'll have to check tonight and tomorrow night. So a lot of suspense with that. I haven't put my tree up either. I'm not sure I'm feeling it this year, Dana Russell. Yeah, you know, the thing is about my tree, we ran out of space for new ornaments. So now it feels like there's no excitement for the new ornaments. I used to like really get excited to put up the new ornaments because every year we buy one or two. When we go traveling, we'll get a souvenir from that place. Or there were some traditional ones, some traditions I had. Like for a long time, every year I'll get a new pear-shaped ornament. like the song 12 Days of Christmas. I just thought it was really cute. So I have a whole bunch of pairs. And I haven't gotten one in recent years because I don't have any more space. So basically I've came up with a scheme where I separated our ornaments into batches. Like this will be even years and this will be odd years. But during the odd years, I missed the ornaments that I put up for the even years. So I haven't quite figured out the scheme yet. It's too much to put it all up every year. But yeah, I don't know how to really manage not putting it up yet. I apparently, while talking, I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing with this. Happy Adventing, Nikita. Hi, Nikita. I saw that you are also doing some Advent live streams, Nikita. What puzzles do you have, Nikita? I didn't have a chance to log on and see. Okay, so this is at the top about. All right, this looks like it's. Oh, I thought it was candy canes. It looks just like fancy ribbon. Oh, this is a tag that says "with love." Oh, that's where the gold is. It's the area around the tag. Oh, it is in the right place. Kimbo slice bread. Good morning. Watching on mute today, but I'm loving these videos. Okay, no problem. I'm just chattering on. I don't know. It's okay. Yes, because my chatter sometimes can be detrimental to my puzzling. In fact, this one, shouldn't there be one more with the candy cane stripe? Did I leave a piece in the bag? No. All right. Let's see what happens. Am I just not seeing it? Sometimes that happens. I try not to ever panic about missing pieces too quickly. Oh, see, yeah, because that piece just happened to miss all the pink parts. All right, there's this base here. Nikita says, you have a Moomin Pelico one. Oh, I've never done that brand. I've heard about it before. And then another Pelico, and the last one is a Ravensburger one. So I might hide my eyes when you do the one. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not good. You could just pull it out and do it along with me, Nikita. But I'm curious about the moving ones. All right, maybe I'll have to try and tune into your stream later. I think that's a brand that's not common in the US, which is why I've never done it. Maybe it's probably more common in Europe. It's funny because when I travel now, one of the things I try to buy is jigsaw puzzles. Because you think that with brands like Ravensburger being sold all over the world, you just assume that puzzles are everywhere, like books too. A book gets published, it gets published all over the world. But jigsaw puzzles are not. They seem to still, a lot of smaller brands seem to be very localized. And oh, it's a jar. And it says with love, and it's full of goodies inside. How cute. I think it's one of those where you put together a little kit for making cookies or hot chocolate. That used to be a thing a while back. Maybe it still is. Isa! Good morning, Isa. Okay, so the rest is now just textures. Okay. Can I do this? I am going to use the little burgundy bits to try and guide me. Let's see. Nope. This is a bit challenging. This section is all just color shapes, abstract shapes to me. Alright, here's a star. And I guess I should rely on the fact that these pieces are tall pieces. So that'll help a little. Maybe if I orient them all the same way. I don't want it to go. It actually feels like work, you know? see. There. I love the older pellicle cut. The newer ones they've been putting have so many false fits. I'm really gonna have to see if I can find a way to try that brand. I don't shop a lot online for puzzles anymore just because I have so many puzzles, and I keep saying, well, I'll finish all the puzzles I have first before I let myself buy new puzzles. And as puzzle people know, your puzzle stack is never empty. I mean, once upon a time that happened. Like before I ever became a speed puzzler, it was kind of possible to actually get my to-do stack empty, and that hasn't happened in years now. So giving myself a restriction like that means I actually don't buy new puzzles easily. Kingstar. Hi, Tammy. This is my first time visiting your channel and it's the first time I've seen you puzzle live. Well, welcome, Kingstar. Thanks for joining me. I don't really do lives a lot. I've done them in December for the advent calendars, and I will broadcast my competition table. But during the competition, I can't talk. So it's during these advent videos that I actually do chat. But as you can see, sometimes when I chat, I can't puzzle as efficiently, but that's okay, we're not in a hurry. So it's nice. Thank you for joining and for leaving comment, and feel free to ask questions and chat. It's nice to try and get to know people here. Let's see. It was suggested that I should try and put up, oh, that's a wrong piece there. Put up a little pop-up to say what puzzle, which advent calendar I'm working on as I'm working on it. But I don't have a producer and it's all me, and also like my hands are busy puzzling. How can I I don't know how I'm going to also be able to like, change the overlays and put up infographics and stuff. Okay, so this design had a little bit of false fits, but it's still really pretty, and I think that calendar is like really affordable, like under $20. So I'm not going to ask too much of it. So that's the picture. I didn't use it, but we figured it out. Oh, there's a little gingerbread guy there. I didn't see that. When I puzzle, I don't see the trees for the forest. Or is it the other way? I don't see the forest for the trees. Yeah, right. So, there's a couple of gingerbread. This is just a jar of cookies. It's not a jar of ingredients. So, really cute. Let's see. Kingstar, you recently just got back into jigsaw puzzling after 10 years, but the bug is bitten back with a vengeance. It really can. I think the jigsaw puzzles on the market now are just so cute compared to what they used to be. So it's newer puzzles are finding out. And it's like so different from the ones I grew up with. So, okay. That's that one. And this is the Ravensburger one. Nikita, you might want to close your eyes. Although really, it's not going to spoil it. You can barely see it, right? Okay. Today's number 3. Let's move this away. It's Canada. All right. It says Banff National Park. And the picture, Merry Christmas, Joyeux Noël. I guess that's French. I hope my pronunciation wasn't that bad. And it's a picture of Banff National Park. Very wintry. Let's open this. I just opened the bottom by accident. Alright, it's fine. I wonder if by the end of the month I'll have memorized the edge. Because I noticed yesterday's edge was the same as the day before. Which, because of the way they designed this specific advent calendar for the edges to be removable at the end, so that the inside pieces can all join together, which leads me to believe that the outside pieces have all the same cut, so that they can fit with each other, which sadly would probably result in a little bit of false fits. I think I saw some people complaining about that online. Let's see. I'll just leave it there. Let's do the inside. Third day catching live in a row along with morning coffee. Well, thank you for joining me, Scrapple Jake. It's good to see you. I I'm too afraid to put the coffee near my table because I am a klutz, and you know, putting it there is just asking for me to knock it over. So I cannot take risks like that because I have a scab on my leg right now. I just walked by a cardboard box and misjudged the distance I had, and now I hurt myself. It's a cardboard box. I don't understand how my body is just like, well, you hit a piece of cardboard. I'm going to give you this giant scab now. I can't show it to you, it's under my pajamas. But so I'm very clumsy, and I learned that I need to take precautions where I'm concerned. So no coffee on the puzzle table. Let's see. So Kingstar. So far within the last month, I bought 18 puzzles, mainly Ravensburger thousands, but also some 500s as well. I also have a couple Wasgij thousands and a couple of Gibsons puzzles. I've completed 5 so far. You are certainly going fast, and those are great selections, all great brands to be puzzling. I keep buying Ravensburger. I keep thinking, I'm like, I have all the Ravensburger I need, and then they keep putting out new designs, and like, well, I just have to get that one too. Like, I haven't done my haul video for Black Friday yet, but I got one of the new Wicked puzzles. It's so pretty. I love Wicked. So for me, that's like, well, I have to have that. And so I that is the brand that I really have the most of. Wasgij and Gibsons, unfortunately, both are not American brands, so I don't get them very often. I actually do have Wasgij and Gibsons advent calendars to do today, but both of those I purchased from the UK. So I do them fairly regularly, but not as often as it would be if I could just buy them locally. All right, let's put this edge together, and yeah, again, they have it, at least it's designed so that you can tell. They place the images on the connectors so you can connect up the pieces without the false fit, even though there's false fits. I'm sorry, I'm so bad with words sometimes. Isa, your Cobble Hill collection keeps growing. I also made a Cobble Hill purchase recently. I just got 2 new puzzles, mostly because my team likes to practice Cobble Hill because we're sponsored by them as well. Okay, that goes there. But they of late, Cobble Hill really has been putting out some really cute designs, like cute modern designs, and makes it very hard to resist. Well, that one goes this whole side. Kingstar, I've been told off already by my partner. I've been told no more until I complete the ones I got. See, my husband said something similar, and then I kept getting like puzzles like I enter a competition and now I win some as prizes. So you can't say no to that. And then I did subscription services where you rent puzzles, and then people would trade puzzles with friends. They're like, here's 4 that I finished, and here's 4 that you haven't done yet. And so we just lend each other puzzles, and I tell them like, well, I didn't buy any of these, and these are going to go back to my friend after I finish them. So there's a lot of ways around not buying puzzles, but that means my puzzle stack just stays tall forever. There's still another half dozen on my Amazon wish list. Yeah, I hear you. I used to have a huge wish list, but now I stopped sharing that with family just in case they actually buy me puzzles from it. So there we go. So it's a cute little bush with ornaments, a bunch of trees, decorated trees, someone kayaking in the icy waters of Lake Banff. I hope I pronounced that right. I've never been there. And that's Canada. I will move that off camera, and then Nikita can open her eyes again. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Christmas Eve when I'll join all those the Ravensburger ones all together. And okay, let's see if there miss any chats. I avoided buying puzzles recently by thinking I can redo some I have. I really thought I would redo a lot of my puzzles, and then with the huge quantity of new puzzles coming in, I find I'm not doing that, so it's rough. So I actually, a few months ago, I started getting rid of things I would do again at swaps and try not to bring back as many at swaps, but it keeps happening. All right, so the wasgich. It's cute because I noticed yesterday that the picture where the door is for that day has a portion of something going on in this very chaotic Christmas fair, which relates to the picture that's on the puzzle. So here's one. Here's day 3. It looks just like a window into this house, just the front. It's a closed window. Nothing's happening, but clearly something will happen. So let's find out. Hi Nikita, welcome back. You did time it perfectly. Sparkling water to keep yourself busy. Yes, no drinks. Well, I actually do have a can of iced tea right here, but I've put it behind me where I cannot reach and cannot knock it over because I am a klutz. So, all right, let's see what we got today. I love that these come in resealable bags. Makes it easy to package up the puzzle again later. I have I'm keeping all the puzzles built for the finale, but that means a bunch of like foam boards with lots of little puzzles. I wasn't careful one yesterday and the puzzle slipped off, so I had to redo it. At least I didn't lose any pieces. Okay, so there's a tree here. Ooh, maybe we're looking inside the house that was on the picture. Let's see. I like these pieces. They're so chunky and so satisfying to put in. Okay. Let's see. All right. Let's see this blue and red. These are curtains. So right here, and this blue is the window. So here we go. So we're inside the apartments now. What do we see? This is starry pink texture. Is that a wallpaper? We look at someone's bottom. Yes, this does look like wallpaper. Alright, let's finish up the rest of this curtain here. See where it goes. And this is a lamp in the corner. And so, alright, this is the bottom layer. We can see the okay, looks like people are looking out the window. I can't see what they see yet. Let's finish those curtains. Nope, that was this corner. So there's tiny details here where there's a framed photograph of maybe grandma and an angel on the tree, and they're both also looking out the window in horror. Something's definitely happening. Oh, and I think there's a dog in the house. Where does he go? That looks like his tail, all right? And there's a kid on a chair, happily playing on the phone, oblivious to whatever is causing chaos. Alright, I still don't know what the chaos is. Oh, I think I'm starting to get an idea, but let's not spoil it. Let's put it together and we'll see. Okay. And we're done. So, well, all right, so what's happening is that everybody's looking out at the amazing Christmas market. Nobody's paying attention, and the dog has gotten on the table and started eating Christmas dinner because there's a bite taken out of this big turkey leg and something. Those are like pigs in a blanket. wrapped up sausages with bacon around them or something. He's loving them. Very cute. And a funny little detail, this lady, her skirt is not zipped up all the way. I guess the holidays have had some good eating for them. So a very small picture, but with a lot of funny details captured in it. So that's pretty cool. And let's see. These are all cardboard pieces, King Star. I have not bought any wooden advent calendars this year. I know Wentworth makes some. They're a little pricey and they got shipped from the UK. So maybe next year. And last year, was it last year? I did an acrylic one by 3 Cat Max, which was really pretty. I should pull that one out again, but maybe not this year, that's too much. But it's also acrylic and was a limited edition. So not many people saw that one. Sausages wrapped in bacon are known as pigs in blanket. Okay, I was wondering if they needed to be wrapped in dough so that they would be like a little bun. But all right, these are pigs in blankets. Thank you. So yes, this is a very cute one. I don't normally do wasgage because I'm not a big I don't know. I realize I picked puzzles based on the picture, but the enjoyment I get out of the picture is absolutely not the same as the enjoyment I get out of putting the puzzle together. Which is kind of like, that puzzle was actually fun to put together, but I look at the picture, I'm like, okay, cool, it's a little cartoon, and I don't really want to stare at it that much. I'm from the UK, by the way. Okay, well, thank you for clarifying that. I'm pretty sure that it will be this. Well, I'm about probably 80% certain that pigs in a blanket have the same definition both in the UK and in the US. There's a lot of things that are not the same. All right, so this is Gibsons, Tales of Christmas, puzzle number 3. In the first 2 days, we had the glue and the ribbon, which I just put back in the calendar because I don't want to glue up my puzzles, at least not this one. And then the rest of them have been ornament shaped. The first day was a postcard. The second day was an ornament shape with a picture on the back so that when you hang it up as an ornament, it will actually have designs no matter which way it flips. So that's kind of cool. Let's see. All right, let's put together today's and see what we got. Whereabouts in the US are you from? I am from Los Angeles. So no snow. It gets a bit chilly, but not really that cold. I was on the East Coast a while back, and I far prefer the West Coast. It's much warmer. That's a cat in a box that Issa just put out. Very cute. Alright, so today's puzzle looks like it's going to be rectangular, and I think on the back I saw lines that make me think this might be a postcard again, which is super cute. You know what they should have done? They should have included envelopes so we can like actually mail these. I did the pin 2 advent calendar previously, the 2 of them, and one of them had a postcard in it, and I put it aside thinking, maybe I'll mail it to somebody, and I'm like, I don't want to. I was like, it's so cute. So it's kind of just been in limbo. I have it, but I can't use it. I need to get better about just using nice things that I have. Okay, so I think this purple part is the sides. Maybe we're looking at the front of a store. It says, I see DS and Gift Boutique. So let's see what goods? No. This is the top. I think there's top here, and then the snow at the bottom. All right, and this is up here. Let's do this red blue. All right, so there's a red post box. Is this? All right, Gibsons. So it would have British designs. Okay, this is also a red door. I feel like Wasgitch have a lot of images that are very 1950s newspaper cartoon vibe. I totally agree with you, Nikita. The vibe is definitely cartoony, it is a little old-fashioned. Not quite modern, but you know, they're still putting out new puzzles, and on occasion there are some I can't resist. Like I bought the one that was a national jigsaw puzzle competition themed. Oh wait, I got those mixed up. I think these go this way. Los Angeles, lovely. Never been there before. Had stopover flight there once on my way to Tahiti. Well, I've never been to Tahiti, but yes, always a very big airport. So maybe someday you'll be able to see it. But yeah, we do not have much in the way of winter weather here. It might rain a little. Some days, yes, it doesn't, because we get drought as well. But it does get festive still. Because it's a big city, people do try to do all sorts of events. I still need to get tickets, but I want to bring my family to a thing where they're turning this big park into this, like, they're putting up light displays, and there's going to be a skating rink. Yes, we do have artificial skating rinks here. So yeah, it should be like a fun Christmassy event to do. I've been so busy, I haven't bought tickets for that yet. Let's see. Okay, so we've got the post box, we've got the door on the side, and we've got the snowy base. Right, let's move it. Oh, it's tall. It's tall, not wide. Oh, it's square. This is why I've been so confused. And this cards and gift boutique, and then this flips in on the top. I've been up to Vegas twice though. Well, Las Vegas has a lot going for it. It's a what's it called? The convention capital of the world, they claim. So a lot of work events happen there. All right, so this is picture. All right, I keep being Now I'm done. It's square. It says Season's Greetings. It's very pretty. Let's see what's on the back. It is a postcard. And it's a square little postcard like this. I need an envelope, and then I can mail. I could send this as a greeting card. I don't really send out Christmas greeting cards very much anymore. But this would be nice to send to a puzzle friend. I like that they are branching out from just the ornaments. Although I don't want, yeah, I wouldn't glue this. The puzzle friend will have fun putting this together, right? Alright, so continuing my international series of advent calendars. This is from Reverie, an Australian company. I had to, yeah. I don't do a lot of Reverie just because I had to get them from Australia, or I think Canada sometimes sell them, and I think this Puzzledly in the US sells them. So they're not easy to get hold of. But this one is Christmas Around the World Puzzle Advent Calendar. Today is Canada. Oh, look at that. 2 Canadian puzzles today. I missed it. Sounds fun. Ice skating in warm means you skate longer with your eyelashes turned into icicles. Bonus. Send it to Karen Puzzle. Ooh, that's an idea. I do know where she lives. Because we both live in Los Angeles. Thank you for the suggestion, Kingstar. So I have never ice skated somewhere cold. That is so strange. I mean, I went to New York City during Christmas once, and I saw the price to rent skates and skate at Rockefeller Center, which looks really cool because there's a giant Christmas tree and a giant statue, and it's just so iconic. It's been in so many movies, but it was so expensive. I was like, you know what? I don't need to do it. So I didn't. But I never thought about that. My eyelashes turning into icicles. Also, I'm not that good a skater. I would like skate a couple of rounds, and then if I need to stop, I can't really do the hockey stop that well. So I usually just glide over to the side wall and hang on. You know what it is? That's not true. I never skated somewhere cold, because I went to college in Boston, and I took an ice skating class there, and the skating ring was indoors, and it was cold, but it wasn't outdoors. So I haven't. Yeah. It still is a different experience. Alright, what am I putting together today? Okay, so I forgot to read the description. Canada, making tourtière. I hope that's how I pronounce it. Tourtière is a French-Canadian meat pie containing spiced meat cooked with potatoes encased within a flaky pastry crust. It originates from the province of Quebec and is a traditional part of Christmas and New Year celebrations. Huh! That sounds delicious, a meat pie. I don't really travel much for Christmas because my family is local. It's my husband's family. And, Christmas travel gets insane because everybody's trying to travel and get home. So as a result, I guess I miss out on some of these other cultural experience I could be getting. This is one I drool over. Yeah, slap into the wall is a valid way to stop. You had me at potato. Yeah. You ever notice how most cultures have some form of meat potato pie thing? Like empanadas. Okay, I can't remember all the different ones I've experienced, but what's samosas for Indian food? Seems to be a very universal taste to have something that's like meat and potatoes. It's hearty, it's savory, it's tasty. So yeah, let's see. All right. Oh, it's a longer window. I wasn't looking at the picture. All right, let's pull the green cabinet over. So there's multiple skating rinks that come up in LA around this season. There's one in Santa Monica, which is a big outdoor one. There's also one in Pershing Park, which is normally just a park, but so they put up both of these are temporary. They don't exist during the rest of the year. So, but this one that I talk about that I'm going to bring my family to is one we haven't been to before since the whole light festival thing is a new one that I think they're trying. Which is kind of cool because LA is such a big city that people are always trying to introduce new events and there's the market for it. Because, people like doing new things. I keep seeing ads for become a LA influencer, like show things you can do in the city. I'm like, I've already got so much jigsaw puzzle stuff that I'm doing. There's no way I can also film content for what do I do in LA. Which is kind of a pity because, that way I like to do stuff and then it does double duty because that way for me now I go to jigsaw puzzle events, but then I also get content out of it. And it seems to be a very big thing now, influencer generated content, I suppose. Okay, oh, I wasn't paying attention. This is the arms on that side and the greenery is over the window. It's not a competition. I can actually look at the picture and enjoy the puzzle. All right. Well, if you ever do film those things, we'll be watching. Influencing LA, but what? That's the thing though. Jigsaw puzzles are kind of universal. Everybody, everywhere can enjoy the jigsaw puzzle content. If I feel myself doing stuff in LA, it's not like you can come and do the things too, so you'll be like, why am I seeing this? At least that's my thought process. It's like it doesn't seem like it would be as interesting for you to see me doing things that you can't join in for. Alright, there's a copper teapot high up on a shelf. I used to be much more active though, also when my child was younger, because you got to keep children occupied, otherwise they get into, it's easier than keeping them busy at home. But now that they're older, they sometimes prefer being left to their own devices. Literally sometimes. But I still drag them out to do things with the family. Like this past weekend, we went to Disneyland, which we live fairly close to, so I'm very lucky that we get to do that. I filmed a puzzle toss right there. And then they were like, you don't have to spend all that money to bring me to Disney. I would have been happy at home. I was like, but family time! That's what You know, it's like I want the family to be together before they get too old and go off to university and become full-fledged adults. They humor me. They love me. I know they do. All right, let's see. This one's also a tall puzzle. Let's not forget that. So there. Speaking of puzzle friends, are you and Yvonne going to maybe revisit and do some Puzzle Unicorn content again? That is possible, up in the air. Our schedules don't really line up anymore. Also, I've got a lot else going on. She's been doing some stuff with Min. They have a cafes and puzzles channel right now, I think. It's not out of the question since we still puzzle together as for competitions occasionally. That's the fun part for a lot of people. Things we don't see in other cities. It's also documenting the current time to be able to look back in 10, 20 years and see how it's changed. Well, as for the documentation part, I take a lot of photos personally still. Like my photo album is just full of all sorts of things. Like I'll take a lot of pictures. What I do is that now I'll promise my teenager, like, no, I'm not going to post it anywhere. Just let me take a picture. It's for my own memory. When I get old, I'll look back on it and be like, oh, look at this. We did this thing. And so they'll let me because they get worried about me posting everything online. And sometimes I post stuff on Facebook, which is, you know, just people a much smaller audience. It's not public or anything. So that my family who doesn't live with me, can see what we're doing. I had it to show them, like, you know, family moments so that they can see their grandchild growing up, that sort of thing. So I don't have to do it for memory purposes or documentation purposes. But actually every so often I see ads like, oh, are you an influencer? Would you like a free ticket to come and try this thing? And I'm like, oh, I want to go to that thing, but I'm not really I'm not going to post content to advertise that thing, so it doesn't seem right to just say I'm an influencer and show up. But you know, I could do it in my stories. I've seen some people do that, where it's just like, it's not really puzzle content, but you're following me, so you get to see the stuff anyway. So I might do some of that. Because like, who's that I follow? Oh, I forgot the channel name. 16 feet, I think. She has a bunch of kids, grown up adult kids. They are also influencers, but they do dance, and I love to watch dance videos, so their stuff keeps coming up for me. And sometimes she posts her stuff, but like, you know, oh, look what I saw in my garden today, and it's nothing to do with jigsaw puzzles, but I sometimes enjoy seeing that stuff too. So I guess if I'm seeing other people do it and I enjoy it, I could do the same thing. It totally makes sense. All right, I'm getting hungry because this person here is making that pie, and there's all sorts of other things in the kitchen going on. Oh, bad choice to start puzzling before I eat. Alright, so okay, this black part is an apron. That's why I couldn't figure out where it's going. I traveled more during the holidays when I was at university, because it was expensive to fly all the way home for me. So friends would just travel together. I remember going to Lake Placid, New York, which was where they held the Winter Olympics previously. And it was so cold there. It was like negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Big mistake. I love the puzzle content, but also really admire the people behind those accounts too. The joy of other things make me happy. Oh, that's nice to hear. All right, I'll see if I can switch up my content strategy a little, add more personal stuff behind the scenes. So we have tortilla, and now I wish maybe I should look up to see if there's a Canadian restaurant somewhere in town that might serve this. Although a Canadian restaurant seems like a very niche business that probably does not exist here. But it really sounds delicious. Yeah, it's upstate New York, minus 20 Fahrenheit was. I didn't think that was minus. It was super. I had a mask over, and my breath would sort of make the mask, not mask, scarf. I wrapped the scarf around my face because it was so cold, and my breath made the scarf a little damp, and it froze. It was just so weird being somewhere that cold. All right, so this is Boardwalk's ugly sweater. They're all different shapes. They're all shaped sweaters. The funny thing about this one is 15 windows. I haven't quite figured out how to do them yet, because if I do them every other day, that's 30 days. I think once we get closer to the 24th, I'll have to do them every day. I'll have to actually do the math to find out what day that will be. I haven't done it yet because I can't math and puzzle at the same time. Clearly, they're different parts of my brain. It's not that I can't math. I'm very good at math. I just can't math, talk, and puzzle at the same time. So let's put this sweater together. Kingstar, how often do you puzzle? Is it every day or just when you feel like it? That's a really good question. I puzzle for a lot of reasons. When there's a competition coming up, I'll puzzle more often for training purposes. And then days like this, where advent calendars, again, it's kind of, these are like obligation puzzles in a sense, because they have to be done in December. Sometimes I'll participate in online competitions, not really competitions, more like events where do puzzles of this like Halloween puzzles. Post them all, and we'll put your name in a drawing, or checklists, or bingo. Have you seen puzzle bingo, where people put out these bingo cards and they have all sorts of squares, like a puzzle with a cat, or a puzzle of a famous place, or a puzzle of your favorite holidays, stuff like that. And those are fun because I get to go through my collection and pull out puzzles and get them done. And so for times like that, when I'm participating in those things, I will puzzle more often. And then sometimes I get burned out, and then I hardly puzzle at all. Like, I just posted my stats for November. I think I have less than 30 puzzles done. So clearly less than one a day. And that's even with going to the California State Championship, and I did 4 puzzles that day, I think, for the competition. And I was training, sort of, I guess, half-heartedly, clearly. So what I'm trying to say is it varies a lot. Sometimes I puzzle a lot, and sometimes I puzzle only a little. But my puzzle table is kind of a permanent fixture now. This was previously our dining table. My family just eats in front of the TV together, or we go out, or I'm ashamed to admit that. But this puzzle table, if we have a guest, I can reassemble it back into an actual dining table. So it's not the end of the world. I've seen my stats. It varies so much how much I puzzle. But I don't feel like I'm committed to puzzle as much as I have to. I still make sure I only puzzle as much as I want to, because I don't want to burn out, and I don't want to hate puzzling. Puzzling should be enjoyable. It's my hobby, not really my job, although I do treat it a little like a job, because I try to be professional about it, and I do train so that I can try and get faster for competition. I didn't look at the puzzle, so the image, so I think this might be the neckline. I think this might be the bottom, and this might be the sleeves. I puzzle, some days I will puzzle for like hours, many hours, and some days I won't even touch a puzzle. But I'm at a point, I think, that it averages out to quite a lot. So these pieces are so funky, so cool. They are. My brain doesn't work so well for this kind of shapes. Although some people say they like it more because it can be easier, because you don't just have to focus on color. You can use the shape to pull things in. But I don't practice it enough, and so my brain doesn't reorient things easily. I'm pulling in the red stuff now, but yes, Boardwalk has been a fun new brand. Not new, it's not new, but they've been making changes of late. They've been introducing new things with what they have been. They have got a new brand called Speedmaster. They're trying to put out a line of puzzles that is designed just for speed puzzling, and we used them at the recent state championship, which is pretty cool. And they're different cardboard. They're like a thicker cardboard. I spoke to the manufacturer, and he said they're more durable. They're meant to go faster. The designs are more oriented towards speed puzzling. So, and then a lot of their regular designs, they used to do a lot of city images, like here's a puzzle of Hawaii or a puzzle of Cincinnati, and they'll have a whole bunch of landmarks from the city. And now they're branching out and doing things like this donut shop or bookshop, or there was one recently of a scarecrow because it was Halloween theme. So a lot of I like it when puzzle companies innovate, because like, oh, it's that company that makes all these XYZ puzzles, and okay, I've done them before, and I have no desire to do another one of those, because I like variety. Like humans like variety in general. So smart companies will continue to try new things, and eventually there'll be something for everyone. Okay, this goes with the whole hose. It's a big patchwork kind of thing. Let's see. Yeah, I watch a lot of Karen Puzzles YouTubes, and I've seen you a few times in a competition. You fast. I only do puzzles casually at the moment, so 1,000 pieces usually takes me on 8 to 9 hours. 8 to 9 hours isn't bad, especially if you're doing it casually. I mean, some people have puzzles out for days, weeks, which isn't a terrible thing either. My family, when I was very little, used to we had like one puzzle growing up. I don't know why, but we just did. And every now and then, my family would take that one out, put it on a card table, and just leave it. And people would go by and put in a piece and move on. And just stay out there for a while. And I kept doing that puzzle, and I got pretty good at it, I think. And so it was funny. We never rushed it then. But as I got older, I think when I was in my teens, I think that's when the first time I did a speed puzzle competition. And I did pretty good, like 3rd place, I think. And I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. But again, back in that time where I lived, speed puzzling wasn't really like a thing. It's just, I happened across this thing in an ad somewhere, and I was like, oh, wow, let's try this. And I never saw it happen again. So it's really cool that now speed puzzling has become this worldwide phenomenon. I think one thing that also contributed to that was that during the pandemic, everybody started puzzling. I think puzzling got a really big revival during the pandemic. Okay, bye Scrabble Jig. Thanks for joining me. So during the pandemic, right at the start, I had, like most puzzlers, a wish list of puzzles, and I was just browsing it as I do sometimes, because every now and then I take a look, see, oh, it's something on sale, maybe I'll buy it. But most of my puzzle wish list at that point was sold out, and it didn't make the connection. I just like, where did all my puzzles go? Did they all suddenly get up? Did factories stop making puzzles because of the pandemic, and now none are for sale? And then slowly we figured out that puzzles were just being bought by all these people who were stuck at home. It was so bizarre to see how puzzles exploded in popularity. Where does this pink thing go? Oh, there's another bit of pink. And I think through that, because it became so mainstream, there was actually money to be made, and we got it became viable to do big events like championships, because people would attend, and there's just a lot more support for it. Like when we did the first US champion nationals, we didn't know how many people would show up. We had to rent a hotel and space and everything, and so it was scary. but it turned out to be such a big success. And nationals will be happening again in 4 months-ish. So I get to, but I'm not on the organizing team anymore, so I get to go and enjoy it with everybody else. It really is a sport, mental and physical. I agree with you. For a while, recently, if I didn't set my thermostat properly before a competition, I'd start competing and then I'd find myself dripping sweat. I'm just like, I'll start competing, I'll be like, why am I perspiring? It's so warm. And then I would yell to my husband, like, can you come help turn on the air conditioning because I'm dying. There's perspiration dripping onto my puzzle. I didn't foresee this. It was such a thing. And then I read somewhere recently about how puzzles actually engage both sides of the brain, unlike a lot of other activities, which is, makes it extra special. What am I doing here? I keep trying to fit. Yeah, my husband turned on the air conditioner, looked at me and like, yes, would you like me to mop your brow? I'm like, is it really that bad? And apparently it was. So that was the thing. Now I make sure I turn on the air conditioning before I start the competition. There it is. But it's chillier these days, so I'm usually wearing something fleecy and warm, and then to have to switch into athletic wear for contests, it's just kind of ridiculous. Okay, this one is challenging because I'm not looking at the picture. It's a picture in the box. Nope, it's in the book, but that's okay. Oh, puzzles, sweaters. Oh wait, this is a Christmas tree. Yes, the one we did 2 days ago was a little easier because the design was not as chaotic. The stripes, so you could follow those. This one's all like, whoa, I don't know where the colors are going. I don't even know which sleeve this belongs to yet. Am I missing some cyan? I feel like the cyan corners all over, but can't fit them in. Alright, where's the snowman go? There. Right under the armpit. I'm not fast with funky shapes. Ravensburger does not have funky shapes. Well, actually, they do. The older published ones, I found. There's a series of them. At some point, they were funky shapes, and I tried doing them. It's like, I am so bad at these. So even though I am a very big Ravensburger fan, I usually won't do the older ones now, which for a while I was doing like every single Ravensburger I could get my hands on because practice for competitions. But then I found like if the cut is going to be so different, it really doesn't contribute to practice. So now I'm I try to be a little more discerning. Keyword is try. Alright, this is it's taking shape. These pieces are not easy to move around because they don't hold together independently. Alright, the bottom is done. Where did this one come from? Let's go here. Who knows? Alright, let's build up from the side of the sleeve. It connects really low down. Okay, so that goes there, that there, and that goes there, and there. Alright, we're in the home stretch. So other fun thing about having so many advents is just different shapes, different varieties, different styles. No snowman, you're gonna melt under there. I have this board one ambit runner. Hi. I love this doing this puzzle. I treat them like floor tiles and try to make separate tile islands as I build. I guess that's kind of what I was doing. I have no way of knowing where anything went, so I had to build. I was doing the pink patches first. Yeah, this board one was fun because it's new this year and it's shaped. Did the book have just pictures or were there stories that went with it? I should look. If there is, I will have to read the stories. Nope, it's just pictures. This one yesterday was merry and bright, and this one's Christmas squares. And just a bunch of cool pictures. And there's a poem at the back. Okay, hang on this. Alright, that can go there. And here's the regular Cloudberries Advent. Cloudberries is from the UK, so it's a bit hard to get hold of in here. But here's the two pieces from yesterday and the day before, and they're all just going to connect at the end. So I'm going to keep it out, and it will make it easier if I just build off. But I just want it here so I can connect to it. The Halloween one had blurbs for each one. Yeah, that I think I saw that, but this year's sweater one did not. So it's alright. Okay, so this is Cloudberries, and on the back it says wisdom. Puzzle pieces are like snowflakes. Each one is unique. Well, that would be awesome if it was true for all brands, but yeah, I do like it. They are like snowflakes. Alright, let's see. I will put this in. So, day 3. I'm so curious to see what this final image is going to be. It's like there's a close-up of a Christmas tree, but there's a giant hand here putting a star on, and a tiny little village in the back. Maybe it'll just be a giant collection of images. Maybe it'll make a whole scene. We will find out. Okay, so I know that day 3 one goes there, so the edges will be all on top. So that's the bit from the hand. And there's a pine cone. Okay. There's a snowflake ornament. Very pretty. Ooh, my kid has taken up ceramics. I wonder if I can ask him to make a ceramic ornament for me. I'm so going to ask that. Alright, so there's some light somewhere. I had this wacky idea, and I asked him to make a ceramic purse, and they've refused to because they say, who wants to carry a ceramic purse? And I'm like, me! It's just so unique. I just can't convince them that I'm serious, because I think it would be a super cute idea. I mean, I wouldn't want to carry it for like a full day of traveling somewhere, but if I'm just going out to dinner, why can't I have a ceramic purse? Because it's adorable, especially if it's handmade by my child. Someday they'll finally believe that I'm serious, and maybe they'll make me one. Alright, so we have a little bit of the house, but for now maybe I can convince him to make a Christmas ornament to add to our hopefully not too much growing collection. Not us fact-checking Cloudberries, ha ha ha. Oh, I can't help it, I fact-check everything if I'm a nerd. Okay, so like, you know, those puzzle we did earlier, this one, the Audi puzzle had false fits. Those pieces, I mean, technically they were unique because they had different images on them, but the shape was not unique because, you know, I had two of them in the wrong place, and I didn't, because I wasn't paying close attention. Alright, so I've got little islands now. What am I doing? This pink looks like the pink of these houses, so that orients it this way. Wait, are these how? Okay, so some more of this little suspended village in there, and this little tree, So the scale of this is confusing me because there's a giant hand and little people, which are clearly, they're alive because this one's carrying a tree. It's just going to be a fun image. Alright, so that's done. Let's put that together and see. So, now you can see there's a little person here swinging, there's a little person here carrying a tree, and there's a giant hand decorating this tree. Little houses over here, giant ornaments. So the scale of this is all wacky, but it's still all Christmassy. And this string of lights that at first I thought were Christmas tree lights, but they're like giant lights strung between these houses. An ornament of a Christmas purse. That's combining everything together, but then I can't carry that purse around. I'm not like a mad purse person that I need to, commemorate purses in any way. I just want a unique item. I like handmade unique things. That's why I have like rhinestone hair clips or a jigsaw puzzle fascinator. I just get these crazy ideas and I put them together and I use them, and people are like, wow, that's different. And I'm not afraid to be different anymore. I'm just like, and that's who I am. I used to be like, oh, it's going to be weird. People be staring and people think I'm strange. And you know what? The weirder, the better. Joke. Where does Santa save his favorite songs? On a sleigh list. Okay, let's moving right along. This joke is definitely on the quality of what you'd get out of a Christmas cracker. I should buy some Christmas crackers. There's a store near us called World Market, and they sell imported things, like a World Market does, which is great. They actually live up to their name, and they import Christmas crackers. They have also a lot of Asian snack foods, regular Asian foods, sodas, like all kinds of just cool imports. But they also have furniture and house goods, some clothes, makeup, also. They sell a lot of things. But they do sell Christmas crackers when at the right time of year. I got some a number of years ago and brought them to Christmas dinner, and we all yanked them out. And there was like cute little wind-up snowmen in them, and you were supposed to use them for a race. Like everybody would line them up and just wind them up and go, and then you have a little family race. I thought it was a cute idea, but it also ended up with little plastic toys that just took up space. So I haven't bought them since then. I just wish the stuff in them wasn't so like disposable, We are all strange, and if someone says they're not, that makes them extra strange. I love your attitude, Nikita. Yeah, well, as a kid, my mom wasn't so into strange. I remember shopping with her, and I saw this pair of boots. This is a long time ago, so granny boots were in style then. And I was like, those are cool boots. They were blue, and they were suede, and they were like granny style boots. So, and I was like, they are so unique. And she was like, if you buy those, no man is ever going to want to walk next to you. And I'm like, but and I was like a teenager at the time, and so I was like, oh, I guess it's really strange. So I didn't get them, and they've kind of like taken up space in my brain ever since. And I'm like, I wish I'd gotten those boots. They probably would have hurt my feet. They wouldn't, and they were kind of cheap. But it's just a idea like, oh, you can't get them because they're just too weird. So I'm making up for it now that I am an adult and have freedom. My kid has heard this story like so much. They'll be like, yeah, mom, you're just trying to make up for your childhood. I had a good childhood. I just, things like these are formative. Alright, so this is a silhouette. I see some reindeer. Okay, it's Santa on the reindeer. Oh yes, this is a glow-in-the-dark calendar. I took a picture of the first day when it was night time so that you could see the glow. I forgot to take one of day 2. So I'll do one tonight of day 2 and 3 and post that if I remember. I don't know, this whole too much going on, I keep forgetting to do things. But yes, okay. Oh, that's pretty. I wonder, okay, so this part is probably going to glow and then you can see Santa glowing against the background maybe. That should be nice. And you can just see the tips of somebody's antlers there. Although, shouldn't that reindeer be in the team here? Oh, well, whatever. I overthink these things. Yeah, I can't see. It's time to get those boots and let them live outside my brain. I don't think I can find them anymore. This was 30, 40 years ago. 30 years ago. And the glow in the dark, unfortunately, it's 9 a.m. here. It's very bright. Unless I throw a whole blanket over everything, you won't be able to see it glow. But I will remember to take a picture and post it on Instagram. And then maybe I can display it during the live stream tomorrow. The aurora glowing. I know, that'll be so gorgeous. I've never seen the aurora live. I want to someday. Definitely a bucket list item of mine. And nowadays it's been happening more often, and like North America is actually getting it, but I live so far south that it's not coming to where we are. Yeah, but I bet it's nice where you are, Nikita. Can you see the aurora where you live? You live far north enough, right? Oh wait, I had the other part to connect this to as well. Here we go. Day 1, 2, 3. Okay, so they have like little windows for each. So maybe this is going to be one big image here. So you can kind of feel where the glow is. Like this part, these leaves glow, and this one, the tree is glowing, and the star. Oh, I think the filigree of this background might glow too. Here as well, this section glows, and then the stars glow. So yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be a surprise. I have a blue black light flashlight that will help the glow stand out quite a bit, but it will not work in daylight. It's just too bright. But this will be so pretty to put up. No, I don't glue my puzzles. But this will be a really nice display. We have light pollution around, but I've seen it outside of town. Oh, that's so awesome, Nikita. Ooh, that's pretty. Yes, it is. I'm really happy with this puzzle. I like it quite a lot. It's new this year, and not a lot of people I know are doing it. Possibly because it's a little expensive, and cloudberries, you have to get it off their website, so there's shipping as well. But I think that concludes our puzzles for today. That's 8 puzzles. Let's put them all in. No Ravensburger. It's Canada. I spoiled that for you. But yeah. So thank you for watching. And it was really nice having everybody on today. Did a lot of chatting. And I won't know what time tomorrow's will be because of my possible jury duty. I'll find it out in a few hours. But I'll post it on my channel, and hopefully I'll see you. If not, I'll catch you soon. Till next time, happy puzzling, everybody. Bye.